Hi, welcome. In my last video, I covered what is workflow and how can we access workflow console, how can we create a workflow model. In this video, I'm going to explain as in how can we use different components while we create a workflow model. Okay, so I have already created a one workflow model. Let me just go to that one, this one. So let me just edit it. Okay, this looks complex, but this is not complex one. This is the default one, as in the participant chooser which we get. I just edited the title of it. Okay, and then handler advanced, like after this is done, this should the control should move on to the next one. Okay, some description I have given, and the workflow stage is initiate. Okay, there are several components available which we can configure while we create a workflow model, and split or split others as well I have used. I will just explain whatever I have used in this workflow model. So and split is one in which we can have different branches available, one or two, and then and split, like we have and operation, right? So means every branch should be executed. Okay, so whatever we want to add, whether it's a process what we want to include, or maybe a participant step which we want to include, how can we configure it? So I have just inserted the and split, and then there are two branches, branch 1 and branch 2, and that's it. We can give some name to it. So maybe this is my end operation. So just the title is changing, and what I'm doing is branch 1 is adding watermark to the asset what I'm going to use for this workflow model, and branch 2 is also doing the same thing. Basically it's just for demo purpose, but of course we can have two parallel operations running while we can use this and split. Okay, I have used one participant step. Participant step is nothing but I want to ask maybe some approval from the group of people. In this case, I have just added admin, but yeah, of course, we can add a group in which maybe we have users added to that group, and then title, description, etc. And then again, like the stages, what I had already configured for this component are these, and I out of those stages I have selected it progress one. Okay, there are settings available, timeouts, etc., which we can set while we add this part. For example, if the control is to the participant where the participant should either approve or reject it, but I can also specify the timeout setting, so that as in on which behavior I want to either complete it or reject it, I can configure it. Okay, then comes the or split. Or split is like if for else, either is the complete, just go to the next one. So if I'm having two branches, if this is giving me true, then just execute it, or if this is giving me true, just execute it. And while we configure the or split, we can also specify the default route. So if I just edit it, I have specified branch 1 is the default route. Okay, and within my branches have three options available. I have selected the ECMA script, inline script basically, and what I am doing is I'm just returning false here, and then the second branch is returning true. Yeah, so in this case, because it's returning false, although it's a default route, but since it's returning false, this branch 2 will be executed and then it will return true. So my flow will go like this. Okay, and in this flow I have configured a email configuration. So basically one email should, user should receive an email. Okay, and like I said, there are three options available. We can define rule, or we can also specify external script. External script means you will create a JavaScript or maybe another script on some path. You can define the path over here. Okay, and then just that script will be executed. But in my case, I have just added a ECMA inline script. Okay. And then email send, what it will do. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cover it. It's a custom process tab what I have added for this email process. What is custom process tab? Basically, most of the time what you want, uh, uh, few things to happen in background which are not available out of the box. For example, in this one, what I done, I have just created a process tab which will just send one email to users. That's it. But yeah, there can be several business use cases based on the application. And then nothing, I just configure title, etc. Okay, and then again, participant step in which I'm asking to approve the content. And then finally I'm sending one workflow completion email to the users who are actually triggering it. And then there are other things as well. I will just cover it as in first let's cover it, and then we'll see as in what are the other use cases. Well, okay, no, actually let me just cover it, just a minute. Yeah, so set variable, what it will do, maybe you want to set a variable. Okay, so how can we set a variable? So before that, yeah, the second icon, and then add a variable. Okay, when you click on it, you can specify a name. It's my variable, and then type of variable, long, double, boolean, string, date, etc. You can also specify JSON type, XML, etc. And then for example, let me some default value. So this is my variable value. So this is how we create a variable, but how do we utilize it? So in this set variable, okay, so best thing, how do we get this set variable, right? So there is a component available for this set variable. Okay, so I have configured that one, and then we need to map it. So how do we add a mapping? Add a mapping, and then we need to select the variable. For example, I just added the my variable. What is the type of it? For example, I just want to add a literal and then some value to it. Okay, but there are other ways as well. So for example, let me just delete it, my variable. So this is a simple type of string, and another one what I have used with expression. So I have created a variable with expression which is nothing but type of double. Okay, and then I have selected expression in the mapping mode. Okay, and then how I have added the value. So this will come out of the box. I just want to add integer a plus integer b value, as in after I want to add integer a plus integer b, and then the value should be assigned to expression. How I have done it? Okay, okay, this is like more conditions I can add, like set value of this when something maybe for example is less than, or maybe I can specify some number. I have created another variable so that I can specify. Okay, and then integer a and integer b is also like double type, and the default value is also set. Let me just do it again, no problem, it will be more clear. So for example, this is my some variable, and it's of type double, default value is 1, and that's it. Sorry, this is some variable, so maybe default value I will not specify. Okay, this is my sum variable. Another variable is first var, type is double, default value is 1, and then maybe second var, again double, and this time the value is 2. And then while I want to set variable for it, so what I will do, and a mapping. So my variable is which is variable some variable, yeah, and then with the expression I want to set value of it, and what will be the value, some variable okay, and maybe I want to plus it. There are other options as well, maybe I want to multiply it or divide, so we can decide. And then the two variables what I have taken, the first var and plus the second var. Okay, something is added, it's not actually needed, but yeah, this is how is, and we can add multiple things, maybe another one what I have taken. So the value will be assigned to, excuse me, some variable. Okay, so this is how we like use set variable component. So I will not save it, but yeah, right after this I have used or split again. Now there is a reason, because since we have already talked about it, why I have used or split again. Let me just configure it. But this time I have not used the ECM script. I have used the rule definition over here, and branch 2 is also rule definition. What I'm doing is I will just edit it. The variable with the expression is if less than 2, then branch 1, but if it is greater than 2, then branch 2. So this is one use case basically where we can use the rule definition and then or split. I have created a global variable, I have set the variable value, and within my or split with rule definition and expression I am checking if what is the value of that variable, and based on that I am taking the decision. So this is one example as in how can we use the or split. And then again, just for demo purpose I have used some random process step, but this is how as in we can use it. And then flow is ending, nothing extra is happening over here. Let me just execute it, as in how can we okay, now how can we trigger it this workflow, as in how can we trigger this workflow there. So there are multiple ways. In my next video I'm going to cover how can we trigger a workflow, and I will also execute this example, as in how we are receiving the emails, how we have created the custom process step. So stay connected. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.